So hey Adam, did you hear what Cornette said?
Yeah, I I heard what Cornette said. I I heard what Cornette said.
Okay, guess we're not gonna talk about this.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new episode of As the Buckle Turns. I'm Adam,
I'm Tim.
and this week we got snide comments over Twitter at people. We've got we got some wrestling news, and we've got predictions. We've got so many predictions. It's actually going to be a predictions heavy show. It's not going to be like when we did Full Gear in about 10 minutes.
So 15 minutes we're gonna do?
Yeah, for two shows this time.
Yeah. I don't know. NXT is a part of this, and we know how long you take with NXT, Adam. Jeez.
What? I'm so glad that we don't do video on this because I was just standing there with my mouth agape. It was.
Yeah.
Seriously? You're
You
the
just
one who. 50 minutes for 5 matches.
I don't know what you're talking about. That was you. That was clearly
Oh. All right. Well, we got to start off with the snide comments over Twitter. So, CM Punk was once again on WWE backstage.
you.
And
More than like 5 seconds, by the way. He was actually
what?
He actually was on the show, not like showing up at the end like he did last week.
Oh, well, yeah, but he was officially on the show, on this week's show. And Twitter did come up, and CM Punk may or may not have been like, Seth, just delete Twitter off your phone. Just get rid of it, man. Back away.
Very true. Because you knew they had to bring that up. You know.
Oh, of course
had
they
to.
did. He has been burying himself as a babyface on Twitter almost on a daily basis.
Yeah.
It's almost like he has to outdo, I don't know, Randy Orton on Twitter. That one, yeah, CM Punk on backstage this week was doing everything in his power to break every break really Renee Young. He's like, I'm going to get you to flub at some point. I'm going to break you.
I think he almost had her when he said she brought up the Shield, and it was led into this whole thing. But he's like, out of the 3 Shield members, who's your favorite? I like them all
Come
equally.
on. Come on, you know that she would have said her husband if Moxley was still as Dean Ambrose with WWE.
Oh yeah.
But because he's not, she can't say anything about it.
Yeah, very true. But it's just one of, and even then, like I don't think she would say it anyway because, well, they acknowledged, they were married on, Total Divas. They had never acknowledged it on air. In a
Yeah, they did.
sense. So
During his final storyline, well, the going away storyline, they brought it up a bunch at that point.
they did.
Yep.
I don't remember them bringing it up.
Yeah, and when what was his final Raw match when he got destroyed by Braun Strowman and put through the announce table, or through a table up at the top, I don't know. She went backstage and they asked, did you check in on your husband? She's like, yeah.
Well, maybe it's been honestly didn't care, but like they never did anything really big with it, so I don't really care too much about it.
No, but it's been public knowledge for a while.
Well, yeah, everyone knew that they were married, but it's like on WWE programming they didn't really acknowledge it, so it's not like
No,
big of a deal.
it's nothing like the attempting to push Seth and Becky as a on-screen couple. That
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. Sometimes couples don't have on-screen chemistry, and you
Okay.
can't force it.
All right, so this is what I want to write the quote that basically just tells Seth to delete Twitter. He doesn't say delete
Okay.
Twitter, by the way, so let's be clear, but he does say this. Seth needs to stop tweeting and realizing it's better to let people think you are a fool than open your mouth and remove all doubt.
I think that's even better.
Yes. Because, and by the way, Seth, you basically proved his point when you responded to this on Twitter.
On Twitter.
And you did the eye rolls and then called him a coward. Yeah. He just told you don't do this, and you did it anyway, basically doing exactly what he told you not to do, proving you're a fool.
Yep.
So, but yeah, it was an overall good show. Punk's promo when he destroys Tom Arnold was brilliant, and the fact that he accidentally slipped in Seth's name at the end was even better. Basically,
that's awesome.
That promo against Tom Arnold just goes to show you how bad promos in WWE are. It was the same thing when The Rock came back and they set up Cena and The Rock. He comes out, and in that first few minutes, like 15 minutes of that Raw, you see just how bad Raw and WWE had fallen from when The Rock was there. And him, every time he came back, it just showed how bad things fallen. And it wasn't because of the wrestler's fault, it's because WWE just didn't give a fuck.
Well, and, had to have more control over what people said in the ring. And,
and it was no
you
way
can't
the fuck
overly
The Rock
script
was gonna
a
do
show
that.
like this.
So, and again, this is the same thing where Punk, who knows how to cut a good promo, comes out and he's not limited by WWE anymore, so he can cut a good promo and just shows you, oh yeah, that's right, that's what a good promo sounds like.
Yeah.
It's like Moxley when he cut his backstage promo after he debuted at Double or Nothing. He was on fire. Oh wow, good promo. That's what that was supposed to sound like.
Yeah, there's emotion in there.
Yeah. So,
Like, people actually care about what they're saying.
So, and as most people were probably predicting, Backstage did a lot better rating this week when CM Punk came on.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't because of CM Punk that the rating was so good. It was really because people were tuning in to watch Ollie Davis's reaction to CM Punk debuting on Backstage.
Really?
They actually put a clip from Wrestle Talk of Ali talking about his excitement for CM Punk on Backstage on there.
That's awesome.
Apparently, Wrestle Talk made a point about it. Like, some people were mad or something like that, and they brought up something like, yeah, Fox did that using their clip of their show without their permission. But it's like, we don't really care. We got one of our guys got on a major network television show. We're great.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, so that it was good to see that. He's not going to be on the show every single week.
No.
He's a busy guy, so, but maybe in the few months or so, depending on once whatever he had planned beforehand is been taken care of, maybe he will be a regular guest, a regular host at that point. Who knows? Only time will tell. But what we got this week, if that's what we're going to get when he's always on, I'm okay with that.
I actually like the fact that he really is the agent of chaos that CM Punk should have always been.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like we always saw, bits and pieces of it through his career with WWE, but you're seeing it now where it's like, no, this is actually just the maturation of CM Punk from being Chick Magnet Punk to nearly being a demented version of Phil Brooks himself.
Yeah. Because one of the things like he said, like he had to getting caught up with 5 years of wrestling was a lot to do, and some stuff was good, like the women, and then a lot that's bad. Which would make sense when he says like the women, because I actually did listen to the audiobook of his wife, AJ Brooks, where she talked about when she was going her autobiography, when she talked about when she was in WWE, how she was called. She was on one of the house shows, and she wasn't supposed to wrestle or anything, and in the back, someone threw a water or something at a TV in the back, saying, "This is what shit is this? Get some women who can actually wrestle." That was Punk. And the next night, because she was known for being able to wrestle down in FW Florida Championship Wrestling, she got a chance to wrestle Layla on this house show the next night. And
nice.
Came back and everyone was like, that was amazing. So like
that was a great match.
He's been a force for the women to get a chance and actually not just get models who can and train them and just let them do barely anything. No, let them wrestle. So it's obviously he'd be happy with that part, which is great, because only if AJ could come back and wrestle one more match. She can't.
That would be
because
cool.
of her neck, unfortunately, but that's too bad.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the next thing on the.
Oh, dude, there is some more about that. When Punk's there's some follow up regarding Punk's tweet about catching up on 5 years of wrestling, good, bad.
Oh yeah.
And says no one is safe, and tags a bunch of like WWE Twitter handles. And then Tony Khan, dead last. And Tony responds with, "No one is safe? Like a bunch of wrestlers getting stuck in Saudi Arabia?" And then, probably from left field, from out of nowhere, Randy Orton decides to chime right in with a wonderful, outdated article about the possibility that Tony Khan's father had been involved in corruption.
Yes.
Which Tony just then claps right back, and he's just like, "Yeah, Randy, not cool, bro." I'm not quoting his tweet. I'm adding some flair to it. "Not cool, bro. That's that's over a year old, and it's already been cleared up anyway. And weren't you the one who dropped the N-word during a live stream?" Yeah, there's been no response from Randy Orton. I did hear that funeral services will be this Sunday.
Okay. Yeah.
It'll be at Survivor Series. People will be praying for him. Hopefully he does come back from the dead.
He can be the new Undertaker. No. God, no. But no, yeah, that was a little thing. I mean, there's another Twitter exchange out there where he mentions Tony Khan, and Khan responds like, "Yeah, the last time you name dropped me, you tagged me in a tweet when we were using it to get a bigger paycheck." Or something like around that line. But I do want to go back to CM Punk's promo against Tom Arnold.
Again with that?
Just because it was so hilarious. I have a clip of. I got a piece of a quote from it. I just want to read it because I made a big deal about how you see how good of a promo is. Off the top of his head, sees a tweet from Tom Arnold saying he could kick Punk's ass out like this. And I'm sure it was all in good jest and all that. But he's like this, like, "Who the hell is Tom Arnold? Can I hear everyone under the age of you're about 35 asking in unison? The comedian actor in professionally known best for his role in True Lies or The Studs, but more likely that you've heard of him because he used to be married to Roseanne Barr. That's only part of it." And at the end again, I was trying to get the part where he mistakes Tom for Seth.
Yeah.
But it was a quick Google search. But if you haven't seen the clip, go watch the whole thing. It's hilarious. Booker T constantly says, "Oh, you hear that? He said Seth. He wants to get back in the ring." Afterwards, like, no. I got confused. And by the way, no, I want to make it very clear. Punk is, again, he's under contract with Fox, not WWE. If he is to wrestle with WWE again, they would have to come up with a new contract and the terms to wrestle with.
Right.
But anyone who's saying that he's setting up a feud with Seth and all that,
No,
he understands what pro wrestling is, and that's one of the things you can kind of do. Seth opened the door, he responds. So, like,
yeah.
And yes, maybe he hasn't necessarily said he won't wrestle. Maybe he will. If that happens, this will give him a platform if he did come back to wrestle that he could launch off on.
Right.
You have that, so it's a great way of mixing story and these other little things in, knowing what pro wrestling is, but not really actually planning to pay it off. Basically, it's the whole Bryan and Miz thing that lasted for so long.
And then had a terrible, terrible payoff.
Yeah, because, it was... I had no doubt in my mind that feud was going to be terrible. I was hoping for greatness, but it was WWE.
Yeah.
All right, what's next on the docket?
What's next on the docket? Well, actually, originally it was going to be Cornette, but we already went over that, and he quit. He quit from NWA. I'm more than willing to bet they gave him the option of quit or be fired.
Oh, you ruined my joke. I was going to say, you mean he spells, you mean quit as in spelled in FIRE? We're not even going to touch that topic. All I'm going to say is this: I'm surprised with Jim Cornette. I'm not saying
I'm not surprised either. He's been a controversial figure socially for quite some time.
Wrestling is not. If wrestling's not what he thinks wrestling should be, you're wrong. You're not a true professional. That's why he doesn't like.
Oh yeah.
That's why he doesn't like Kenny Omega. That's why he doesn't like Nick the Young Bucks, all that. And wrestling evolves, and if you can't evolve along with it, that's your issue.
Wrestling's
dead.
That would be really. It would be like Bobby the Brain, kind of somewhat a commentator or a manager or whatever from like the 50s complaining about the product in the 80s. It was just like, or even in the 90s, it'd be like, yeah, when you were part of the scene, it was this. It has evolved a bit since then.
Yeah. So, but.
And you don't like what the product is today. Okay, well, cool. Move on.
Yeah. All right, let's move on.
All right. Wednesday Night Wars are still upon us, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait,
and
that's
this
still
week
going on? You mean one hasn't been trounced yet? God.
No, actually, in fact, actually, this week, NXT got a win. They outdid them. They outdid AEW this week.
Well, okay. First off, I'm gonna say congratulations.
Yes.
For that, but when you have the guy who runs NXT close out Raw during a brawl and basically say, "Come at us on our show," basically stating a lot of people are coming to NXT on Wednesday night. You gotta tune in.
Yep.
You're basically begging people to come in. You're doing this to beg people to come in and tune in, so you can get that one rating bump, and hopefully beat your competition when you're not in competition with anyone.
Right.
And then they can use we beat them. See, we're better than them. You beat them 1 week, and
you need the consistency.
We all know what's going to happen after Survivor Series. WWE is going to ignore NXT.
Oh yeah.
Again, because it's just what Vince Vince doesn't care.
Like, we're going to
So-
get a closed story regarding the fallout from Survivor Series held within, like, just inside NXT,
Yep.
which will be completely separate from SmackDown and Raw,
Yep. So
which will, unless it's able to carry new, it's going to do a drop, and I'm going to call it now. It's going to do a 2-digit percentage drop next week.
Well, damn. But here's another thing. They kind of have no choice but to kind of ignore NXT. Not necessarily ignore it, but just like go back to not having the crossover because
Right.
you have this thing called a brand split, separate rosters.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of have to ignore that, which is gonna bring the ratings down. And it's like, no, like it's just. We're in that shift in WWE where like you have the people in power who absolutely do not give a shit about NXT. You know,
Yep.
I think there are no draws, and these low ratings just prove that there are never going to be a ratings draw. Versus Triple H, who knows how to use these people and can get them over, but because he doesn't have the power on the main roster when they come up to use them effectively, he can't.
They end up floundering up there.
Yes. So, and then you have the rumor that there's been people trying to get Triple H to wrestle as part of NXT's team at Survivor Series, which would be just terrible.
Yeah, it would be.
He's been pushing back against this, and I hope he absolutely does and stands his ground. Like, no, I'm not wrestling at Survivor Series.
It wouldn't make any sense. Like him coming out as a manager
Yeah.
for the two NXT teams that are going to be in the men's and women's teams.
But then you also have all the champions bouts.
Yeah,
as
no,
well, except
no,
for the
whatever
top
on that one.
championships. But
Like
still,
specifically the teams.
yeah,
Triple H should come out as a manager for them.
yeah. But it's just remember back when he was on Team SmackDown or Team Raw, and then he turned on his team, and then he turned on Kurt Angle, and
Yeah.
all that, and basically buried a bunch of the guys he brought up. He made stars in NXT because he had no choice because Vince didn't see anything in them.
Yep.
And all that. It's just like, no, we don't need that. I already
No.
highly suspected that NXT's not going to win any matches, or they're going to win a bunch of matches just to kind of push that narrative. See, we're not ignoring NXT. We're not ignoring NXT. And then officially ignore NXT after Survivor Series.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, but we'll see.
I really don't see them actually winning any. Yeah, I don't really see them winning any of the matches at all.
Well, yeah,
But-
because they're just developmental. They can't beat main roster stars.
Oh, but there are a number of matches though, like the brand supremacy triple threat between AJ Nakamura and Roderick Strong. I want to see that
Well,
because I know what the three of them can do, and I really feel that this is going to be a moment where suddenly you're like, "Oh, NXT," and at the same time, I know it's going to be booked by the WWE main roster booking, and it may flounder horribly.
oh, it's gonna flounder horribly. Since you started talking, I've been just shaking my head.
I know
We
you're
both-
shaking your head.
We both know what they can do. We know how
But-
awesome that matchup could be. But it's
Honestly,
how many
this
times have
card-
we been here,
dude,
Adam? Adam, how many times have we been here? We get a really good matchup, and we're like, "What is that? This is gonna be an awesome matchup, awesome matchup." And then we get this stupid ass WWE pay-per-view cliche matchup, and it's terrible. It's nowhere close to what they can do because what they do, Vince doesn't apparently like, and they have to change it and force them into the WWE style.
okay. At the same time, though, this could be the moment that the baton is finally passed and I can get my hopes up. Let me get my hopes up. That
You can
this
get your hopes
entire...
up. I'm not. I don't care about WWE anymore.
Stop shaking your head no to me.
Hell in a Cell
Where
ruined
this
it.
is the moment. This is the moment where Triple H gets to book the pay-per-view. And yes, NXT does lose. But in the 5-on-5 men's or women's, an NXT person outlasts at least one other team.
It's possible, but nope, I don't see it. You can get your hopes up all you want again, but next week when you come back and you're disappointed, I'm just gonna be like, I told you so.
I know.
But
Or
again,
it would be nice to at least see the NXT team have a little bit more cohesion than the Raw or SmackDown teams.
See, that's hard to say that when we have no clue who those teammates are because they still haven't been announced.
Not at all. Not for the 5-on-5 matches.
Nope. And even the championship matches, the champions' non-title matches are at risk of losing because if Undisputed Era gets injured during a War Games the night before, they have to pull out of those matches, and your entire pay-per-view feud goes bye-bye.
Yeah.
So, and we all know the reason why they haven't announced those is because they want to see, Triple H wants to see, okay, who has a back that can take more bumps after War Games? That's what it comes down to. But okay, let's move on to the next one. But again, congratulations to NXT for taking a week.
Yeah.
When you have these back and forth episodes where you trade ratings, makes things exciting.
Right.
So
More people are going to talk about it.
yes. So hopefully
but-
we'll get more of that.
Yeah, NXT officially, their ratings this week were 957,000. AEW hit 893,000. AEW did see a 7% loss compared to last week, but NXT saw a 22% climb, and we saw why. It's also why I'm saying that it's going to be a double-digit drop for next week, because you can't sustain a random 22% climb that finally put you in the lead. It's a bump.
So what was the total numbers you had for NXT?
957.
Because the numbers I'm looking at right now is 916
Oh, okay.
for NXT and 893 for AEW.
Okay. Where did you
that
get
comes
that?
up- Wrestling Inc.
Okay, because the numbers I got were from Cultaholic.
Yeah, because they said NXT toppled Dynamite by 2.6%.
Yeah. But AEW dominated in every one of the individual categories, except for, once again, 50 plus.
Yep.
How many TVs does Vince own?
I know. It's that new headquarters that they're moving over to. They're adapting. There's a TV they just film
Everywhere.
with televisions and have them turn in.
Well, the old Titan Tower is now just TVs.
Yep, filled with TVs, all dedicated to USA only, and they just turn on for that show because they don't care about anything else on USA.
Nope.
Not even NXT, just for Raw. But this time they happened to turn them on for Triple H. Was able to get the remote control from Vince. He had Trish walk into his office for a few minutes, so he was able to take the remote, and he was able to turn them on that night. So, all right. So what else is on the docket?
Predictions, man. It's just predictions from here out.
All right. So we have 2 cards, and we're doing something different this time for predictions. So if people don't remember, back in August, we had one day where we had 3 shows go on at around the same. one the same day, but not the same time. Well, only two are on the same time,
Mm-hmm.
and the title got changed hands repeatedly. So, what we're gonna do this week is we're gonna see who gets the most total matches correct. Will be
Yes.
the official champion. We are still holding off on who wins each show, but to win the predictions championship, you have to have the most predictions out of both shows.
It's me, dude. You know it. I'm gonna retain my belt.
Yeah, sure you are.
Yep.
Uh,
This is
I
my
did my-
year. Yeah.
I tried to make sure the questions were going to be forced to have us pick different options, so it's just not a yes or no.
No, there's like a lot of triple threat matches.
Yep.
Well, there's one triple threat match,
So,
but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm limber.
all right. So we're going to start off. Right now, there's only 4 matches for NXT Takeover War Games.
No, yeah, 4.
Yes, there's 4.
Well, there's 2 War Games matches.
I know. They didn't need 2 War Games. They needed one. It should be the women's, and it would have saved the Undisputed Era's backs, where they could still do high caliber matches, and still wrestle the next night.
It'll be the excuse as to why they lost against main roster people.
Of course, it will be.
Yeah, that'll probably be the going story afterwards.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, I know it will be. So we're gonna start with the number 1 contendership triple threat match: Pete Dunne versus Killian Dane and Damian Priest, which, from what he's done in NXT, does not deserve to be in a number 1 contenders match.
Okay.
But this has been a feud kind of building between the 3 of them, so I understand that. But still, a number 1 contender, yeah. Priest isn't winning. But
Oh no, I know who this is.
yeah, he's from Ring of Honor. I can't remember his original name.
Punishment Martinez.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can kind of understand from a certain point of view why he would be in this match.
Well, yeah, but he hasn't been built that. He hasn't done much in NXT. They're building him, but he's not enough to be in even a number 1 contenders match.
You know what? Maybe he was just part of it, just so they could have a third person in there.
It's a storyline. I think they feel like we want to have Cole defend the belt, but who can we have him defend against? They're all taken. Oh, we'll just make this a number 1 contender match, and we'll take it from this past Wednesday, this was originally supposed to happen at, and we'll put it at Takeover, and we'll make the winner. So, but yeah.
All
So
right.
Adam, who is going to win this? Who will be the number 1 contender?
I got a tough
know.
one. It's. I really, really want to say Killian Dane, but honestly, it's going to be Pete Dunne.
Yes, it is. It's going to be Petey.
Yep.
I agree. Because the other 2 are heels, and they're not going to put Killian Dane, who they did nothing with on the main roster, in a championship match. If they do, I'll be surprised. But
No. It's going to be Pete Dunne, and it's probably going to be Damian Priest taking the pin.
oh yeah, I think so too. That way, Killian Dane remains strong. All right, the next matchup is the only other match outside of a War Games. This is Matt Riddle substituting in for Johnny Gargano, who is out with an injury, taking on the newly heel turned Finn Balor, or should
All
we
right.
call him Prince Balor?
Yes. So this one, So we all know that Matt Riddle has been dominating every time he comes out there.
Not really.
Okay, so he's able to win easily. This is going to be a striking match.
Oh yeah.
Finn is going to be in his element here.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be a good matchup. This is gonna be an absolute excellent matchup.
But Finn Balor's going to win.
Oh yeah. I don't know why I put. I know I put Finn Balor for me. I went to put it. For some reason, I decided you're gonna pick Matt Riddle for some reason.
What?
I don't know why.
Finn, all day. It's going to be a hard. I know that the number one contender match is going to be a hard hitting match, because that's what you get out of Pete Dunne. I don't really remember. I haven't seen many Punishment Martinez matches, so I can't really comment on that.
He was one of those guys they were starting to build up in Ring of Honor when WWE signed him.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of like, oh, he's good. He's not one of their world champions, but let's get him. We can get him over here, and we can make him one of our own, and almost kind of put him as an original of NXT.
Yeah, I mean, he was Ring of Honor's TV champion.
Yeah, they were clearly building him up when he decided to go to WWE. So, all right. So our next matchup on here, and this is the matchup that I feel needs to open the show.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the men's War Games.
Yeah. Open the show right away. Give Undisputed Era as much time to rest as possible.
Well, yeah, that, but also you made a big deal of the first ever women's War Games. That should be the one that closes the show.
Oh yeah, please close the show with that.
So, Adam, we're still missing a member of Team Ciampa. There's only 3 people announced, and one of those people was replaced Matt Riddle because he had to be put into the match with Finn Balor. So it's going to be interesting to see. So this show is pretty packed full of people. So to try to figure out who this fourth person could be, I went to Wikipedia and I got every single person on the men's roster who could possibly be that fourth man. I eliminated anyone who's already in a match. And yeah, the names that should probably fit into this spot are all out with an injury.
Oh. Okay, wait. Because we could still have a surprise comeback who are out with an injury and then show up.
Yes. But based on what we've heard through the news, Velveteen Dream's out for a while because he got an injury when he lost a back injury when he lost the belt to Roderick Strong, and apparently he's going to be out for a while. Johnny Gargano is injured, dealing with a neck thing. I won't be surprised if we see him run down to chase Finn Balor off, not get physical, but just do a run-in at the end, because you don't have to be completely healed to do that. You can run down with like a chair and chase someone off. Yeah,
you can chase the bad guy off.
But he's out. Kushida, he's still dealing with a wrist injury that he got during his match with Volter, when he challenged for the NXT UK Championship about a month ago, 2 months ago.
Okay.
Those are the top 3 people who could fill that vacant spot that are hardcore NXT big draws. Everyone else,
very slowly raising my hand here. Okay, why not just pull in some people from, I don't know, NXT UK?
You could, but there's no one really watches. The running joke, even in the UK, no one really watches NXT UK. It's a joke. It's a joke.
I know.
Yes, Volter would have been good here. Possibly. Yes. Pete Dunne. Oh wait, he's already in a match.
Yep.
Because that's why he's now in the main NXT. There's no one really you could pull. I can see that's big enough name over there to fill this in. There is one name that they could pull in, who's I haven't mentioned, who's been getting a good push down in NXT.
Okay.
That they could fill, but he hasn't been part of the storyline, so it would feel a little weird. Actually, anyone at this point would feel weird.
Yeah.
The names I have on the list, but Leo Rush.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So, but Adam, who's gonna win this?
Uh, Undisputed Era.
Fuck you. You're
Please
no.
tell me you were already predicting them.
Yes, I was.
Oh, come on, dude.
You know what? Fuck you. You're picking Team Champ. Because it's yes, you could do an angle where you have because they have been teasing Ciampa and Cole, but this team can lose here, and still build towards that. I think the Undisputed Era is going to win this one because I think it goes with what they've been kind of storing. They have all the belts. They've been dominant.
Well, and it would be the opposite of last year.
But it'd be a repeat of the year before that.
Well, okay. It just shows that, Undisputed Era had an off year last year. That's okay.
Well, yeah. Well, no, I agree. But that's the thing. That's one reason why I think it just feels like a better when them being so dominant and owning all the men's championships. It feels better to have that.
Yeah.
Them go over. Yes, Team Ciampa could win. I just don't see it. But we'll see. All right. We're gonna move on to which hopefully should be the main event.
Yes, the show closer itself.
Yes. And I already know who I'm gonna pick there. I'm putting it down there before you can say it. So if you're copying me, like you're going to, but it will be Team Ripley versus Team Baszler.
Oh, okay. I thought you were giving off who you were.
Oh, I'm picking Team Ripley.
God damn! Really?
Yes. And here's the reason why.
Okay.
Mia Kim, was the final person for the Team Ripley, got her nose fractured, all that stuff. No, they haven't said for a fact that she's been removed from the show, but she was not part of the brawl last night.
Okay.
I'm assuming that they're going to have to pull her out, assuming if she's truly as injured as bad as she is, and she took a ladder to the fucking face.
Oh, all right.
A week ago. So, I'm assuming that they're going to pull her out and put Dakota Kai in, who again lost to Kaylee Ray, so they've been doing the storyline. I think it would be a great way to put her in there and then have Dakota Kai be the one who gets the pinfall over Shayna Baszler, setting her up for the next. Even though they've been teasing Baszler and Ripley, I think it would be a better tease to have Baszler, Dakota Kai. Kai actually wins the belt there, and then you could have heel Ripley, who will eventually turn heel, challenge for the belt at the WrestleMania pay-per-view, NXT. But I don't know. I think they're going to go with Ripley and Baszler next overall. But that's what I'm hoping, because I know they got to be building something with Dakota Kai, and I hope it's not a fucking heel turn.
All right. In that case, I am going to take Team Baszler.
Every other time you've picked Baszler and I said the other direction, you've always won that. So watch. Here's going to be the time where it's going to be like...
Yep. Again, Baszler's going to win. She's going to pull a John Cena here.
So, all right.
She's going to enter first and spend the entire time just kicking everyone's ass. And when the match actually starts, it's going to end very quickly because she's just going to be like, all right, and step on you. 1, 2, 3, done. All right. You guys have a great day.
So we do now know that both heel teams have the advantage going into War Games.
Okay.
So it will be interesting to see how they do this year, because last year they changed it up where it was every 2 minutes or 3 minutes you had one member enter the cage. But there's only 4 people in the team on a team. Where the year before they had 5 people, and they just once it was your turn, your entire team entered. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they go about that. Also, they had 3 teams
Yes.
But there was only three. No, but they only had 3 people in each team at that. I don't know. It will be interesting to see how they go about this, with the entry rule going for this year.
Well, last year it was they did it single, tag team, single.
Nope, it went individual
It was? Oh yeah, it was.
because Pete Dunne kept trying to get out, but then the War Raiders kept pushing him back, and then when he was the
Yeah.
final person, they like attacked him, they like handcuffed him, so he couldn't get out.
But the match couldn't officially start until he entered anyway.
Yes.
That for me was the moment that I was like, all right, look, that was a cool thing. And from the bad guys, the heels standpoint, yes, we want to, give ourselves as much time as we possibly can to be able to beat up everyone else in the ring and have this man advantage. Except for the fact that you can't win the match if he's still stuck in the cage.
Well, that's the thing, though. If you beat everyone else up, you keep beating them down, and then you send a few people out to beat down Pete Dunne enough where you can pull him out of the cage, throw him in the ring, and then you can lay someone else with your finisher, pin them, you can win the match, but you've beaten everyone else down. But
Well, no, they said that if once your full team was in the cage, no one could leave, and it would disqualify the entire team if anyone left.
Yes, but when they were attacking, before they did that, the angle was they were attacking Pete Dunne
Yeah.
because he hadn't entered I can't remember which one it was. They hadn't entered the ring yet. He just got out and he was attacking. So they could have spent the entire time him outside, throwing weapons in, without
Yes.
actually figure out a way without getting in the ring, and then gone out. But I'm pretty sure it was once the match officially, because the match officially doesn't start until all of them are in the ring, so you can't lose the match if the match hasn't started. So once the match is, if you escape, you lose.
That's the gray area on the rules sometimes.
I know, but yeah. So out of this one, so basically the takeover comes down to the women's match.
Yes.
So if that match is the one that opens the show, well, it doesn't matter. We'll know who won the show at least.
Immediately. And
Immediately.
I'll just take the credit now. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. I love my audience. You guys have been great.
But again, I mean, because after that matchup, that's the only one we could really walk. But here's the thing, though. Remember, though, even if you picked Team Ripley, it just means we get all these correct. This means we're all gonna have 4 wins going into Survivor Series.
Yep. Exactly.
That's all it means. It doesn't mean like we have to pick the same. It means we just draw on the pay-per-view.
I don't want to
don't-
draw.
don't-
I want to win.
Well, that's why the questions are here. So we have 3 questions.
Okay, what are the questions?
The questions are: who will be the final person for Team Ciampa? Who will be in the crowd?
Okay.
Will there be a WWE invasion angle?
I'm going to say I'm going to work the questions backwards. No, there's not going to be a WWE invasion angle.
Okay.
For the simple reason that Vince would think that was below most of the people that he would send there anyway.
Probably.
And person in the crowd. Is that a yes or no question?
Nope, it's
Like,
gotta be
will
a
there be
person.
somebody in the crowd?
No, you have to say who you think is going to be in the crowd.
Oh, for crying out loud. John Cena. No
he
one
could
can
be.
see him, though.
No, it doesn't count. Gotta be able to see him.
Damn it.
I'm going with Samoa Joe.
Okay. I'm just randomly, I'm like, you know what, John Cena. I would love for dad-haired John Cena to be sitting front row right by the announce team the entire show.
Yeah, he's like, hey, that's John Cena. And he's not front row. He's like he's like 5 rows back in the from the ring, He's like, I had to buy a ticket. Like they had to go out to the actual crowd and actually interview him. And he's like, yeah, I came here, but I had to buy my own ticket, and this is what the only one I could get. I asked for tickets. They said, sorry, John, can't. No tickets for you.
Or even better, he's sitting directly behind the announce team. So every time you go to the cam directly on them, he's just back there behind them, smiling, doing some funny things. Even better is would be like he's got The Rock next to him.
No, it would be really funny if
CM Punk.
Oh no! I got a better one. It'd be a funnier thing. It would be like if John Cena was like right behind there, and then the men's close out the show. Bad mistake if they did that. But when they go to introduce their new teammate, you see a shot of the guy getting beat up in the back, and then John Cena offers his services to.
No. The entire time, John has been sitting there behind the announce team. They've acknowledged it. They've talked to him, and he's like, "Look, guys, I just wanted to be here." He's like, I'm just in my street clothes. I just wanted to be here. It's cool. And it gets to be, once again, men's War Games match goes on. And the heels have the advantage, which means that their team is fully a team first, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Tommaso Ciampa is in, everyone from Ciampa's team is in the ring, and you can see that the last person is about to come out, and it's John Cena's music hits, and he's just like, oh yeah, hold on guys, boom, suit off, suddenly it's the gear right underneath it, and he just pops over the railing, runs right in, just starts John Cena all over the place, and you're like, you know what? That, sir, is a good swerve right there.
It's not going to happen, but it would be.
No.
All right, so Adam.
Yes.
The final question is, who's going to be the final person on Team Ciampa? Should I just put John Cena again?
No, honestly, I have probably as much luck choosing anyone as I would just choosing John Cena.
Oh, I know. I know who I'm going for. I know who I'm picking.
You know who you're picking. You know what? I'm going to go with Walter.
Walter.
I like the idea.
Putting a heel guy on the Faces team. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So I am going to go with the least injured Kushida.
The least injured.
Because I'm looking at the list of the people I have below, and I was like, no, none of them will matter. Unless they're bringing... Oh. Okay. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I'm changing mine.
Okay. All right.
It is going to be... Hold on. I gotta type his name in there correctly first. It's going to be Mr. Johnny NXT.
Johnny Next?
John Morrison.
Sweet Jesus. That's a good idea. That's surprisingly good.
If he signed with NXT, if he signed with WWE, what better place to use him? He's a big name off the independent scene. You can bring him in, use him in NXT. He's a bigger name. People will recognize him from when he was in the WWE for years before.
Yep.
And you put him in NXT. You use him in NXT. It's a bigger name, and it will draw more indie people who remember him wrestling there.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's signed with NXT, with WWE, I'm going to predict Johnny Next.
All right. I mean, he'll most likely go back to his WWE name of John Morrison, but...
Well, yes. That would be funny if he said, like, they call him John Morrison, and then when he, like, next week, when he does an interview, he's like, it's Johnny NXT, or Johnny Next.
Yeah. Just he's like, John Morrison is so last decade.
Yeah.
I'm Johnny Next now. And throw the glasses on and saunter out of there. And you're like,
Yeah.
it's the same character. Stop changing your name. We know who you are. All right. Yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah. So that's I'm gonna pick that because I think it'd be a great little surprise. There.
That would be a
Okay,
great surprise.
So we have 8 matches for Survivor Series. Let's be honest. Even with the inclusion of NXT, this is going to be the lesser show.
Yeah, unless, magic happens, Vince has a complete and utter mental breakdown over the next couple of days, and we can get a special match. Triple H books everything, or at least allows his NXT team to book all the matches, and
It'd be fun. Tomorrow we get a news. Vince suffers stroke. The next Saturday, Vince is completely. Doctors give him a full clearing. It was a minor stroke. He's fine. He's actually doing extremely well.
No.
And then all of a sudden, it's like you hear backstage news. Vince is wondering why we haven't pushed NXT. Why are these guys not? We really need to push these guys. And he has a total the stroke. Calls him fuck all the WWE guys. NXT's going over big time. And
Yes.
really want to it's now the third brand. It's no longer he just something into the stroke causing him to flip his mind frame.
And he somehow completely forgot about at the XFL. He's booking everything way better than ever before.
Yeah.
It's difficult to book things.
That would be hilarious. I would feel like if he actually that happened, it would be great, but at the same time, it'd be hilarious.
Yes, totally.
All right, so we do have to cover something really quickly, though.
Oh, no,
Because
what?
One of the matchups we do not have an opponent for because we won't know who that opponent will be until NXT. This will be the challenger for Adam Cole's NXT Championship.
That's true.
So when we make our prediction, if you pick the challenger, I'm just gonna put he wins. In other words, Pete Dunne would go in there, regardless if he's actually in the match or not. You'll be picking. That will just be changed out to the challenger's name.
Oh, okay.
Pick the challenger, who actually gets in there. So if you pick Pete Dunne and I put Pete Dunne in and he doesn't get in the match, you don't lose the match. You just whoever's actually in the match fills that spot.
Okay.
Because that would be dumb to say, oh, we picked Pete Dunne. Oh, you put Pete Dunne. No, he's not even in the match. You lose. That'd be favor me, but actually it wouldn't because Pete Dunne is my guy too.
Yes.
Speaking of Pete Dunne and Adam Cole, who's going to win?
All right, we're going to start there. Cool. In that case, I am calling that the challenger is winning here.
Ooh, you're going to call a title change.
Yes, I am.
Wait. You're breaking your oath as an Adam.
I know I am. I know, but there's a storyline reason for it.
Not really, but...
No, for me, there's a storyline reason for it.
Okay.
Adam, because of War Games the night before, Adam Dunn will be so beat up.
Adam Dunn? Who's Adam Dunn?
I mean, Adam Cole will be so beat up that Pete Dunne will defeat him.
I think that's where they'll really make him shine.
Yeah.
Make Pete Dunne look really strong, but also show Adam Cole just really go up. Because I'm picking the champ, Adam Cole.
Okay. All right. I mean, hopefully, Marty Scurll, who his contract's coming up soon, right?
They've already teased him joining AEW.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Those guys are dead to him.
Oh no. You don't know that? You didn't see the tease?
What's the tease?
You watched Being the Elite. How dare you?
What's the tease?
In that photo of the Elite that Paige turns around, has Marty's face in it.
Well, yeah. That's because it was taken when Marty was still part of the Elite.
Yeah, but
then he died.
They could have easily put a different photo in that spot. That
No.
is a tease for Marcus Squirrel.
No, that no. Actually, honestly, they could kind of recreate the original storyline, bringing Marty into the Bullet Club, because it was Kenny Omega's idea, because they were kicking Adam Cole out.
Yep.
Which, by the way, that was a great send off for Cole.
Oh yeah. But here's the thing. The other reason why I know they've already teased him is because there was some merch for Marty Squirrel's Villain Enterprises from put up by the company that does the merch for AEW on
Pro Wrestling Tees.
That immediately got taken down.
Oh. Might have actually just been updated with the AEW stuff, and then somebody went, wait, nope, that's not where it belongs. Put it back where it's supposed to be.
No. His contract, I do believe, is this month.
Okay.
I believe. So we'll find out soon. But, all right. So you're picking Cole. You're not picking Cole. You're violating your oath as an Adam. How dare you? I hope it backfires on you.
You know what? Nope. I'm taking it back. I'm taking it back. I'm sticking with the Adam on this one. Adam Cole, I'm with you. I love you, man.
I will. Now I hope, I'm not changing my guy, that Pete Dunne wins this match just to fuck you over. He's like, no, I had that one.
Yeah, it would suck too if that was like the one that I needed to win to get the win.
Okay, so our next matchup is for the SmackDown Universal Championship match. The Fiend Bray Wyatt is defending against Daniel Bryan. By the way, Adam, do you want to rant and rave about the color of the strap of the Universal Championship?
The big blue belt?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. We knew that was happening. It actually looks better than the red belt.
It actually does. I mean, it's still, in my opinion, I don't enjoy the fact that it's my complaint regarding the belt, the red belt, and now the same complaint I have regarding the blue belt. I don't feel when you have to have multicolored belts, like the strap itself is a different color other than like black or brown. Kind of feel that you're saying right away, hey, this is not important. This is not as important as that one belt over there, though.
Yeah.
Because through WWE, it was every secondary title, Intercontinental title, is a white belt. Tag team titles have been brown belts.
No, they haven't.
No, they've been, I saw it as brown, but it was that weird maroon.
No, it's red, but I mean, they're black. They've always had black. Outside the Intercontinental Championship
and then the copper.
and the rare WWE Championship, the belt strap has always been black. The only people who really had a different color of strap was the Intercontinental for different people, and then the WWE Championship for the Ultimate Warrior had like a light blue one. See, I personally think the Universal belt looks better with the blue because it's a little bit closer to it's the universe. It has stars in it. It almost looks it's a little bit like space. A black belt would be better, but it makes more sense. But we knew this was gonna happen. People were throwing up, having a fit about it. My issue with the Universal Championship when they debuted the red strap, it looked like a fucking fruit roll-up.
Yeah, red and gold, first of all, do not go next to each other. Just don't do that. You got to have something that stands out. Silver stands out on it.
Yes.
Gold does not, but gold stands out on blue.
Yes. So I'm fine with it, but I just wanted to bring that up because I remember seeing that last weekend, last Friday. He debuted it, and
it's not that bad.
No, it looks a little bit better. It still would have been better just to go black, but still, we knew it was going to happen. But anyway, Adam, who are you going to pick? Oh wait,
the Fiend himself.
I'll just put the Fiend down for us both.
Yeah.
I already have it in there. I'm going to put this down. I'm just going to put it in both because we know it's going to be the Fiend. All right, the next matchup is the triple threat for the secondary titles of each brand. AJ Styles, the United States Champion, taking on the SmackDown's Intercontinental Champion, taking on NXT's Roderick Strong, North American Champion.
I like how you skipped Shinsuke Nakamura's name completely.
I just said Shinsuke Nakamura.
No, you just went right to SmackDown's Intercontinental Champion
Shinsuke Nakamura.
and versus Roderick Strong.
Yeah, I
Like
said
you missed his
Nakamura.
name completely.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
But anyway, who's gonna win this one?
Probably
So-
AJ Styles.
So I'll give you a hint. It's not the last guy's name I said, because he's part of NXT.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Roderick. You're probably not going to win here. But also, we'll be able to explain it why you lost is because you were so beaten up from the night before.
Yeah, it's still gonna. Everyone's gonna realize that that's just a stupid reason to say, oh, he didn't. They had a big grueling matchup. That's why they lost. And everyone's gonna say, no, it's because they were never going to win. But you're
Right.
just using that as an excuse.
Well, of course. It's
I
like
wanna
years
go-
when we've known that Raw was the obvious ace and the ace show, and so it would get to Survivor Series, and it was like, well, who's gonna win? And everyone's like Raw because
Yep.
you have all the quote unquote strong talent there.
Or if SmackDown did happen to take it, it was because it was a pity.
Yep.
All right, I'm going with AJ. I do want to say Nakamura, but I just don't think they will give it to him.
No, not really.
Why is that there? Okay, so there's actually only 7 matches on the card because I apparently had the SmackDown, the tag title match, tag team champions, twice.
No, there's 8 matches.
Yeah. Which ones?
Okay, the next one on the list is the Men's Survivor Series Triple Threat Elimination Match, where we have
why.
Team Raw, which is going to be represented by Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and Ricochet.
Because I removed all names. I left Team Raw, Team SmackDown.
Ah.
Wait, those are... No, I have those up there. Okay, these are the women's. That's why. Okay.
Of course, you would have the women's match removed.
No,
you
no,
sexist pig, you.
No, I have them. I removed all the names, and it's still Team Raw, Team SmackDown, twice.
Oh, yeah, because there's one men's, one women's.
Yeah, so I just put a W in each one. So the top one. So this is the men's.
Okay. So, as I was saying, versus Team SmackDown, represented by Roman Reigns, Mustafa Ali, Braun Strowman, King Corbin, and Shorty G, versus Team NXT, represented by To Be Determined.
So anyone who has a back that can still take some punishment will be in that match.
Yeah, pretty much.
If they're gonna
Looking
give a
over the
match to
roster
NXT
of the two teams, I'm going with, oh shit. I mean, Roman Reigns can't lose, so it's going to be Team SmackDown.
No, I already put SmackDown as my team. You gotta pick someone else.
I mean, at the same time, though, Team Raw with Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and Ricochet, it's a very strong team there. Kind of boring, but they also show that they could work together. Except for the fact that Orton will RKO at least one member of his team at some point.
Which will be Ricochet.
Yes. Kevin Owens will do whatever Kevin Owens wants to do. Really, Seth Rollins will probably throw a fit on Twitter halfway through the match.
Yeah.
And Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens will be the hardest 2 working members in the ring. Ricochet would have been in there as well, but after the RKO, he'll have a neck injury and won't be able to be part of the team anymore. The problem is also you have SmackDown where King Corbin is, well, I'm not sure what he is, really. Like, kind of feels that he's the voice of Vince McMahon again, and it's hurting. Like, it actually hurts.
I know.
Who will probably just sit off to the side because he's King Corbin. Shorty G will somehow get lost underneath the ring because Vince will find that funny.
Yeah.
Braun Strowman will probably throw Mustafa Ali at somebody, thinking it's a good move, and Roman Reigns will kick out at 2. I'm still not sure how that's gonna, like, the combinations in here. These teams are. I've not enjoyed Survivor Series for so long because it's never built up.
No. And
it is like we don't even get a month long of going, okay, the team is starting to form here. Okay, this clearly seems to be the group. They're actually working together. They're talking about strategy. They're getting along. Okay, and now we're at the match. Okay, that could have happened. No, instead it's usually the week before where it's like, all right, these two guys have been in a feud. We're going to randomly throw them on the team. This guy's been a heel to everyone. We do need at least 1 to 2 baby faces on here. One of them needs to be the ultra baby face, though.
Yep.
It's tough.
And then you have 5 other people in the ring as well, because the 15 men.
Yep. And only 3 can be in the ring at the same time, though.
Oh, no, it'll be only 2 at a time. I guarantee it.
No. I would prefer if it was more of a triple threat. Because the 2 at a time, anyone can tag in. And I'm like, that always gets way too confusing.
Oh, I know. It's going to be 2 people in the ring. I guarantee it. All right, so moving on to the women's.
You put me down for Team Raw, right?
Oh, no, I put you down for SmackDown.
No, put me down for Team Raw.
Put you down for Raw. Sell out.
Whatever.
Well, so am I. I sold out for SmackDown. If I was truly if I was going to sell out, I'd actually put NXT there. But the fact that they have their only people have good backs or a decent back is going to be in the match.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, so the next one is the women's Team Raw, Team SmackDown, Team NXT. Again, with Team NXT to be determined.
Yep. No idea who's going to be there.
I already know my team for this one.
Okay, I know my team already as well.
Who's yours?
Team SmackDown.
Oh, so you're doing the exact same thing I'm doing. I'm flipping mine.
Okay. See, I looked over the roster and I saw that Team SmackDown actually had a group, like almost an entire group of, it is an entire group of heels.
No, it's not.
Oh, who's the face in there then?
Carmella and Dana Brooks. They are baby faces.
I'm pinching my nose now.
Yeah. But the glasses
Carmella is not a face. The fans don't actually like her. She's a terrible person.
But they consider her a face. They consider Dana Brooke a face.
Yeah, no. That's a team of heels.
I'm going with Raw because Becky Lynch is on it.
Becky is not on that team.
No, she's not on there. Charlotte's on it. That's why.
Yep.
There's a blonde captaining the team, so she's going to win.
That's Lacey Evans on Team SmackDown.
Also, yeah, but she's not the captain.
Yeah, but no, she's unofficially she's the captain. She's the blonde one. Everyone knows that when you have a blonde one on your team, you need to bow before the blonde one because Vince McMahon has said so.
But Charlotte is Ric Flair's daughter as well. Checkmate.
Vince and Rick didn't always get along, so Oh, but we're talking about internet conspiracy theory level of things. So yes, once again, and Charlotte will kick out at 2.
Yes.
That's how it will be.
And also you had the Kabuki Warriors on Raw. Which is dooms Team Raw there. So in other words, I'm actually going with Team NXT on this one.
You that's where the most consistent team is going to come from. Teamwork wise.
No, I don't think it is, because I think it's going to be made up of people from both of the women's war games who can actually wrestle, if any of them can. And it's
God,
going to be just as disjointed. But I'm sticking with Team Raw. Charlotte's on there, so therefore I'm gonna go with her. But Adam, I am going to make a provision for these
Yes.
for this match and for the men's team match. Once we know who the actual participants of Team NXT are, if we want to make a change, we can go into the spreadsheet and change it.
Okay. I will agree to that.
But you don't have to let me know. You just have to go in and make sure you change it before the match happens.
Well, yes.
Obviously, because I'm assuming they'll announce who's going to be on the team, at least by the pre-show.
I assume the same thing, but then again, that might prove us wrong.
We did have Hell in a Cell where they basically gave the entire rest of the card 2 hours before the card.
Exactly.
So. All right, the next matchup is the Tag Team Championship, Tag Team Champions Triple Threat non-title matchup, where we have the Viking Raiders. Don't mention the War Experience.
Yeah, or the Viking Experience.
The New Day, which should have been, I can't even think of their names now. Who are the people?
The Revival?
Yes, I couldn't think of the name at the moment. Should have been the Revival versus Undisputed Era.
See, it would have been better if it had been the Revival because it would have been an NXT match.
Yes, because you had two NXT teams. Well, technically you could say this is an all NXT match.
Yeah.
In a sense. Well, not.
No.
Big E came from NXT.
Yes, but see, the Viking Raiders were a tag team in NXT.
Yes.
If the Revival was on there, the Revival was a tag team in NXT, and so is currently the Undisputed Era.
Well, that's why I think Vince had him switch him out because we gotta have someone from the WWE in there.
Right.
So who are you gonna pick?
The New Day.
Fuck you.
I'm sorry.
I looked it over. I'm like, I'm gonna go to the Viking. No, it's gonna be New Day.
It's gonna be New Day. We know it.
They just fucked over Kofi, and he's still playing the happy. Oh, it doesn't matter. I got screwed out of the WWE title in 6 seconds.
Yep.
I'm a tag champion again. Yay.
Exactly.
All right. So the next matchup on the card is the women's champions, Becky Lynch versus Bayley versus Shayna Baszler.
Sasha Banks, really?
Wow. Yeah.
Okay.
She defects. She's gonna defect from WWE and go back to NXT and take the championship, all before this matchup.
Yeah.
I'm going with Becky.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Becky as well. And it will probably be Bayley who takes the pin here.
Oh, no, I'm taking Becky, but I'm going to say they're going to do a swerve and Bayley will actually get the victory here and SmackDown will win. But I'm still picking Becky because I think overall, I'm wishing that too much.
Okay.
If I was really wishing too much, it would be Baszler who would win. But I don't.
Well, yes, in a perfect world, really looking at it, Baszler has been so dominant in the ring that yes, she should win here.
Yep. I'm changing my thing. I'm going to
Okay.
Baszler. I'm going to Baszler.
I mean,
I think this is what I think they're going to do. I think they're going to have this will be if they give NXT a win, they're going to do it here. Baszler's going to get the win by pinning Becky.
Okay.
But stealing it from Bayley.
Okay.
And then she can say, then Baszler can brag about how she beat Becky on the main roster. But it'll be the comeback is like, no, you stole a victory. Yes, you beat me, but you couldn't do it on your own. You had Bayley's help.
So what about this? You could basically have it be Bayley hits the Bayley to belly.
Yep.
On a very beat up Becky by that point. Baszler goes for her rear naked choke.
Mm-hmm.
Bayley somehow gets out of it, and Becky's just down at this point.
Oh
And
no! See, I think
Bailey gets out of it, and Shayna just slides over and goes for the pin.
No, I think what's gonna happen is Bailey will hit the Bailey to belly, and then Shayna will come in, toss, Bailey out of the ring, like into like the turnbuckle or something like that.
Okay.
And then out of the ring, and then she'll lock in her submission. Becky won't tap; she'll pass out. But
Right.
It'll look like, see, I beat you. No, Bailey just hit the Bailey to belly, and you stole the victory.
Okay,
You
that'll
didn't
work too. I like that one.
So, and then whenever Baszler comes up, they have an instant storyline with Becky. So that's what I'm going to go with. But all right, the next matchup is a no-holds-bar match for the WWE Championship. Brock Lesnar defending his championship against Rey Mysterio. Who do you pick?
You know what, dude? I want to see that this is basically a replay of their what was it? The stretcher match?
I
want to see Brock Lesnar pick up Rey Mysterio on that stretcher again and slam him against the pole. And just be like, he can still do it.
Who are you picking, though?
I'm picking Brock Lesnar. Like, Ray's going to give him a little bit of a run for his money because he's not going to try to attack Brock directly. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, Brock's going to catch him and then hurt him. And that's how... Oh, no! I want to see Brock bring back the leg stretch submission move. Because Ray was one of the few that he was small enough that it didn't look like he could just roll over. Like, he was just small enough that either that if Brock squats, it puts pressure on Ray's back. If Brock just stands up, Ray's not tall enough to actually be able to move around that much, to actually have leverage.
I know it's going to be, I'm going to lose this one, but I'm going to go with Rey Mysterio.
Okay, I mean, that's feel good right there.
It's a no-holds-bar match. I think we're going to get, what's his name? Cain Velasquez interfering and helping Rey win the belt.
Probably.
So, I'm going
it
to go
would be
Rey
after that would be funny if like Rey gets strapped to the to a stretcher. Kane has come out, but because it's a no DQ match, no one's ringing the bell yet.
Yeah.
And Lesnar just picks him off, just grabs that stretcher, slams him against the pole, sending Rey straight to the floor. Once again, strapped to a board, which that was scary all by itself.
Yeah.
But then Kane, fights off Brock at that time, lays Brock out, helps Rey get back in the ring, and Rey's like, no, let me get back in the ring, goes for the pin, and gets it. That would be a cool way to have it end. I mean, it doesn't really legitimize Rey as defeating Lesnar. It's more, Rey just got in there for the pin.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if Rey wins here, they're going to pull like an Eddie Guerrero type when Eddie beat Brock.
Yeah, but that felt more that like Eddie just outdid Brock.
Well, the thing, yes, because he kept no matter what Brock did, he kept going and going. But Goldberg did come in, spear him, jackhammer him. He came back for a little bit, but then Brock went to use the belt, but then got free, and then he did a tornado DDT onto the belt, which allowed him to get the. So it wasn't a clean finish,
right?
Which fit Eddie Guerrero in that time of his character very well. But like that's what I'm saying, they'll do some kind of a dirty finish, like for Rey, if he wins.
Okay.
And once again, geez, Adam, will you please stop putting Brock Lesnar in women's matches? Yeah, BLBL. Yes, because Becky Lynch and Brock Lesnar share initials.
I mean, both are the man.
No,
I kind of wish WWE would let Brock grow a beard out again.
They won't.
He was so Viking Warrior.
Yeah. Okay, so Adam, there are 3 championship matches.
Yes.
How many championships are going to change hands?
None. I mean,
You
actually,
have,
I'm
you
saying
have
one.
predicted 1.
No,
Yes,
actually,
they
you know
won.
what? No, none.
Okay.
None are changing hands.
I'm going to agree with that because. Okay, and then the final one is how many NXT matches will they win?
0.
You're going with 0.
Yeah. I'm going on the safe bet with 0.
I'm going to go with 1 because I have one I actually predicted. I'll
Yep.
go with that one. I think it's going to be 0, but the last 2 matches in the predictions are my desire. That's what
Yeah.
you need to do.
I know what you're going for on those.
And it never pays off ever.
No, not at all.
So you may retain this because I decided to do that, but you know what? All that's gonna do is just piss me off and going like, you know what? Fuck this, I'm not doing that anymore. And I'm gonna come back and just sweep you for the next 12 pay-per-views.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, those are our predictions. Just a
I
reminder.
thought you said we had 3 questions.
I had 4. I removed 2 of them because I don't want to go through and try to figure out names for NXT teams.
Yeah, no, never mind. Okay.
But let us know down in the comment section what you think of our predictions, who's going to win which one. But also, just a reminder, to be a new predictions champion, I need to win more matches correctly than Adam out of both shows.
Right.
To do that. And Adam has to win more correct matches than me to retain.
I mean, if we tie, I still retain.
Yeah. If not, you do still retain. No, you don't, because the questions will be the dividing for each show, and it will be add an extra win to that person.
All right, fine. Whatever.
But that's what we're gonna do. Let us know down in the comment section again what you thought of our predictions. What show will be the better show? NXT.
True.
And if NXT actually even stands a chance of winning a match. Now I think about it, Adam. I can see NXT winning a few matches just out of pity because they're so hurt and so sore.
All right.
They're just like,
I really don't see it.
We'll give you the matches, guys.
I really don't see it, though.
No, either do I. Other than that, we got nothing else. So while you're at it, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. You made it to the end of the video. It's almost an hour and a half long, so you've been listening to us for a very long time. Go ahead and
Thank
give
you
us a
so
thumbs up.
much.
While you're at it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
Ding.
Ring the bell.
Ding, ding.
And get bent.